This is Dr. Steve with Rockwall CPR, and what a save. A really important study just came out. Bystander CPR, defibrillator use saves lives even if the ambulance arrives quickly. So I'm first going to go right to the bottom of the article, and the link will be in the description box. It says the greatest positive impact of bystander defibrillation on the probability of survival was achieved when the ambulance took 6 to 8 minutes to reach the scene. These findings indicate that when resources are limited, defibrillators should be located in areas where ambulance response times are likely to be more than 6 minutes. So, does your organization have a defibrillator, and what might your local response times be? So let's go back to the top of this, and we're just going to go through it. Bystander aid using CPR and a defibrillator can be critically important for saving lives. A new study finds that when a bystander uses a defibrillator on top of CPR on someone who's had cardiac arrest, the patient's 30-day survival improves, even when an ambulance takes just 2 minutes to arrive to the scene. Again, having that defibrillator is key. When a person collapses from sudden cardiac arrest, the most effective way a bystander can help is to perform CPR and use an automated external defibrillator. Of course, it's got to be available. So, they examine the effect of AED use on survival according to ambulance response times. They said using data from the Danish Cardiac Registry, they looked at cases of cardiac arrest in the community from 2016 through 2020, a 5-year period, and the bystander received CPR where an ambulance arrived in 25 minutes or less. They compared the probability of survival between patients that had been defibrillated by a bystander before the ambulance arrived and those who weren't defibrillated. They also measured 8 different time intervals, and they had 7,400 adults in the study who received CPR before an ambulance arrived. 14.7 also received bystander defib. 85% did not. About 44.5% of patients survived to 30 days when a bystander defibrillated them, as compared to 18.8 when there was no bystander defibrillation. Those who received bystander defibrillation were likely to survive 30 days for all time intervals of ambulance arrival up to 25 minutes, except for the quickest times when the ambulance was on the scene in under 2 minutes. Not quite sure how they determined that an ambulance was there in under 2 minutes. That sounds awfully fast to me, but the bottom line of this study, the likelihood of survival with bystander defibrillation was 37% higher when the ambulance arrived in 2 to 4 minutes, 55% higher for arrival in 4 to 6 minutes, and approximately twofold higher for all the remaining time intervals studied up to 25 minutes. So what's the bottom line here? 1, learn CPR, a very important life skill. 2, think about your organization. Think about your daily life. Do you have a defibrillator? Might you need a defibrillator? Are you around a lot of people? Are you in a church group, a religious group? Are you in daycare? Are you where there are lots of kids? Think about an AED for your organization. rockwallcpr.com. Get certified today.